Hallelujah. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, 6 and 7.
But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver.
Elohim loves a cheerful giver. Are you a cheerful giver? Or do you give grudgingly? Do you give spitefully? Of necessity? Scheming? Are you greedy of gain? Stingy? Judgmental? Or are you a joyful giver? 3 types of people come to mind when we think of joyful givers: the mindful, the neighbor, and those who are loved by Yah. The mindful at times are joyful givers because he's mindful of the times that he was poor. And now that he has, he wants to give because he understands what it is to be poor. There's also the mindful who's never been poor, but is mindful of the fact that though he may have an abundance now, there is a possibility that one day he can become poor. So he reasons within himself and says, I'll give joyfully because if I were ever in this situation, I would want somebody to give to me. Which leads to the neighbor. The neighbor is one who genuinely loves his brother. Just as the word says, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. The neighbor sees making people happy as an opportunity to give and to share. One who doesn't really care for material possessions, though they have it in abundance. And then there are those who are loved by Yah. Those who understand that none of what they have is of their own competence or substance, nor do what they have belong to themselves, but to Yah. And they are joyful to be entrusted with the stewardship as good managers who understands that anything they do for anyone is not from their own, but from Yah's hand. And this is the joyful giver. But then there are those who do not give out of greed, always looking to gain. Are you someone always seeking to gain? Then there are those who don't give because they're stingy. They hate to share. And they feel as if they were to give, they would lose and have nothing. Then there are those who love to use what they have as exaltation over other people, causing them to serve them, bringing others into servitude instead of just giving joyfully. They would rather use their means to bring others into servitude. Then there are those who give grudgingly, knowing what the law says, that they must do it because it says it, that it's not from the heart. Then there are those who give, but there's strings attached, some type of scheme, some type of plot. There are those who give out of spite, just to remind them of what they've done for them. And then there are those who may not be greedy, may not be stingy, may not be spiteful or grudging, but by their resources, believe that their resources have put them in a position of judgment, as if they are the ones who determine who should and shouldn't receive the grace and goodness of Yah. And this, my brethren, I warn you. Let's keep in mind, family, as it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 9, as it has been written, He scattered abroad, He gave to the poor, His righteousness remains forever. And He who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food shall supply and increase the seed you have sown and increase the fruit of your righteousness, being enriched in every way for all simplicity which works out thanksgiving to Elohim through us. Because the rendering of this service not only supplies the needs of the set apart ones, but also is overflowing through many thanksgiving to Elohim. Through the proof of this service, they esteem Elohim on the submission of your confession to the good news of Messiah, and generosity in sharing with them and all men. And by their prayer for you, who long for you because of the exceeding favor of Elohim in you, thanks also to Elohim for his unspeakable gift.